Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys a little drum set that I use sometimes on the street to get some different timbres. So it has a hi-hat, a bass drum, right, made out of a Rubbermaid bucket, and like a bucket that I use in the center, and then this one which I use kind of like as the snare sound. But anyways, this is something I kind of talk about a little bit in my book, Street Drumming, The People, History, and the Grooves. And of course, if you really like this video, like it, subscribe it, share it. But anyways, let's jump into this thing. So I want to talk about just kind of some of the concepts. So one, obviously I use a bucket right in the middle, which is the rim of it acts as a snare drum. So if I'm playing just like I get kind of like a few different sounds I can get, right? Like a little bit of a tom sound, and I can get like a snare sound. The second thing is the hi-hat. Now all I did for the hi-hat is I actually took a really old hi-hat. I cut one of the tubes down so that it was able to go really short. And then the hi-hat, these are actually like really inexpensive random splash cymbals that I found, right? I don't even remember how much I paid for them, but they were pretty cheap. And then all I do is I put them together, and it kind of creates sound. I can play some grooves, so I can actually get a chick out of the hi-hat. Obviously it doesn't get like a nice, super chicky sound like my new beats or my case cymbals, but it does at least give that effect, and it's easy on the street because it doesn't get beat up. The bass drum is probably one of the most unique parts. So this is an old Rubbermaid bucket that just didn't have a lid, and so it really didn't have any use. So I grabbed it, and what I did to it, and I'll show you this real quick, as I'm going to pull this pedal off of here. I actually took there's some change in there. I took an old, just like a hinge for a door. I put that on there, and then I attach the bass drum pedal to it. So I take that, I connect it to it, which is going to take me a second here, and then I'll be able to play again. And you can hear it's not, obviously it doesn't sound like, like a big old kick drum, but it has a little frequency. So if I'm playing like, a little, got kind of the groove. And the other thing I wanted to show you is this trick that a lot of street drummers used, that I talk about in my book as well. And that is they'll put change inside of a bucket to really get kind of a cool snare sound. So if I'm playing like, I get that nice, that like little bit elongated snare sound. And I'm actually putting, there's not very much change inside the bucket, and my son and I actually experimented with this. We put a little bit of change in, which wasn't quite enough to get resonance. We put a lot of change in, it was just too heavy. So you gotta kind of experiment and try to get the right amount of change that'll resonate. And that is pretty much this kind of makeshift little drum set. I'm gonna play just a quick groove for you so you can kind of hear the whole drum set in effect. And then here we go. And hopefully you get kind of the idea, and that is it.